Good day, everyone. I hope you're doing really, really well. This is Tracy Brown, your somatic dietitian and attuned eating expert, and we are still talking about body image this week. On Monday, we kind of dove in right to the heart of what happens when our bodies are recovering in a different than cultural ideal body. We talked a ton about that. Good morning, everybody who's watching me live, and I want to apologize to you all. I said 8:50. I know it's 8:55. I got totally distracted with hummingbird fight watching. I mean, there's probably 10 around my feeder and 4 or 5 holes. So that's been entertaining. And they're up here. Well, I'm just watching them. But anyway, so yeah, that's what's been going on. I hope you're doing really well. And so today I want to talk about when I talk about our people, I mean our closest people. And that could be part of your treatment team too. It could be your dietitian, it could be your therapist, which is crushing if that's the case, and I do hope that you work that out with them or you find other practitioners. But I also mean especially your spouse, your parents, your siblings, your closest friends, those kind of things. When people don't get what you're doing, or when people just continuously say inappropriate things around you when you've been really clear this is what you're working on. So let's start, if we haven't been clear, first real quick. When it feels like we're not supported, I don't know about you, but I know very early in my journey it was terrible, and I still have my growth edges to do around being as vulnerable as needed to be, with still being protective, but vulnerable as I need to be with speaking how certain things impact me or make me feel. Also, and still holding that weird space of everybody's entitled, I guess, to their thoughts and opinions. We don't have to agree. I don't have to like it, and vice versa. But I do need people to maybe listen and at least respect that. And when I didn't understand that was an option, I just wouldn't speak up about anything, assuming that I would be rejected. And sometimes that happens, but the majority of the time, people are willing to just basically, I'm going to say it maybe non-kindly, but basically they can be willing to keep the trap shut. And that's what I've experienced personally in my relationships and my family, is that some people, they just don't go there with food and body conversations around me, because I will say wow, that seems critical, huh? We don't really know what's going on with this person's body in any of their life circumstances. And usually that shuts it down real quick. And so maybe you can say the same thing about your journey and comments maybe towards your own body, or even if somebody's criticizing someone else's body around you, that's your moment to speak up and say, when you say those things about so-and-so, that makes me worried that if I gain weight, you would be saying those things too. And I think that's one of the most powerful things you can do. So that's my little tip for you today, is I think the majority of the time when people around us aren't supporting, it's not always directly at us. Now, it can totally be. And in those circumstances, you have to have a boundary. It's please do not discuss my food and my body. I just don't want to talk about that. And sometimes that's your real life scenario. I find most of the time the issue, not always, most of the time the issue is people making comments about people on TV or in whatever, something they see that triggers them to be projective towards their own aging, their own body changes, their own medical issues, and they say something out loud. And then that's where I say, gosh, if that happened to me, I wonder if you'd be talking about me like that when I'm not around, or even when I'm around. That either brings up a very vulnerable, but maybe very impactful, just amazing discussion, or it stops the discussion. And so, goals accomplished, right? So thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions about this topic, please put them in the comments below. The more you all comment, honestly, the more these very nuanced and subtle messages get out to people so they can think about it. I'm not a person that does videos for the sake of just talking about them. I get them from the probably millions of conversations I've had over the last 20-something years around this topic and how nuanced it is when you sit and talk to somebody face to face. So I want to provide that for you all. But things aren't going to change any more rapidly than they have been the last 20-something years unless, we can do our easy part, which is if you can pass this along to speak about nuance in this healing process, it would really, I think it would benefit a lot of people. So thank you so much for doing that. All right, I will see you in the next video. And if you have, like I said, if you have any other things you want to add to this that I missed, details, slivers of nuances, that's what I hope makes this channel great for all of us, is that we get to dig deep. And then that's what's going to create some new neural pathways for change. So thank you all so much for watching. Bye.